y'all. Welcome to another edition of The Wild Show.
Yes, sir.
The final edition for 2013.
Yeah.
We had a ball. The whole crew is here right
Yes,
now.
indeed.
I'm Mike Washington. That's Darryl Washington.
What's up?
Jeff Washington.
What's
My
up?
man Tough Shorty, a.k.a. The Wild Man. And my man Scott Dickens. Big words.
All the way live.
All right, y'all. So we are the Wild Show crew. The Washingtons on the Washington Redskins. We had a great time all season long.
Oh, yeah.
Making these YouTube videos for y'all.
Oh, yeah.
You know, it was
Definitely.
Big fun, man.
Yes, indeed. It's an experience. Next year we're gonna come back bigger and better. We're gonna have another set for y'all. You won't be able to call us a 70s set and all that other kind of stuff you're trying to say to hurt our feelings, because you can't hurt our feelings.
That's
You know
right.
what I mean? We just fans having a great time.
What the
That's
70
it.
set mean?
It means I hate y'all.
Well,
So
Basically.
yeah, that's all they just hating, because if we get picked up, then it's gonna look like a 2014, 2015
All
set.
day long.
yeah.
And we're gonna take care of that next year. Also, ladies, I don't care what month it is, go get your breast
That's it.
cancer tests.
Yeah.
Okay? Also, come on, people, black, white, Chinese, African, whatever you are. I don't care. Stop the domestic violence.
That's
okay?
right.
All right?
right.
Cut it out, man. That's crazy. Make that your New Year's resolution. All right?
Yeah, definitely.
So with that being said, man, we're gonna talk about everything.
Yeah.
First of all, we all know Shanahan is gone. Okay. I got mixed feelings about it. You know, really, do I care?
Yeah,
no.
me too, man.
Do I think they should have let him go out with the rest of the season? I mean, with the rest of his contract? Yes, only because last year they were 10-6 when RG3 was healthy.
Right.
This year they 3-13. He wasn't healthy, or he didn't get a chance to really play the way they should have played.
Yeah.
And so they end up 3-13. Whole lot of other things, whatever, you know.
Yeah.
I hate to see London Fletcher go out like that. But
Right,
that's
right,
what's
yeah,
up.
yeah.
But anyway, with that being said, y'all, say what you want to say. This is the last show. So, what you thinking, Jeff? I mean, as far as the release of Shanahan.
I mean, I got mixed feelings as well, but the way he went out, the last 4 or 5 games, the way he coached it just seemed like he didn't care at all.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, if he still would have, I mean, then he made the players seem like they got separated from him as well.
Yeah.
Like they just didn't care anymore. I mean, because players gonna follow the coach.
Right.
So, I mean, the coach started feeling like, well, this might be it for me, so hey, I'm gonna take chances. I mean, in some of the games, like
Right.
like the boy lovers against us, when we had a chance to tie it up,
Yeah.
then we go for 2 points.
Right.
You know,
Yeah,
things
yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
exactly,
You know,
exactly.
Yesterday game, it was 4th and inches, and we punt the ball. Then we come back another series. It was 4th and 2, and then we go for it.
Yeah.
I didn't understand that
Yeah, right.
scenario.
Right,
you know,
right,
so
right.
I mean, things like that just make me say,
Buffoonery.
you know, get out of here.
Yeah. Darryl, what you
Yeah,
think?
very, very unprofessional, man, the way the season ended, man. I mean, it just wasn't Mike Shannon at all, in my opinion.
Yeah.
You know, I've seen way better coaching from this guy, man.
Right.
I mean, but
Yeah.
hey, man, you know, it is what it is. You know, I hate saying that cliche. It is what it is. I don't even know what it is. What it is. What is it? But anyhow, you know, I mean,
Right.
didn't like the way he went out, man. But hey, you know, next year is gonna be better.
Right.
You know,
Tell
so-
Shorty, what you think, man?
Well, I kind of got mixed feelings, but I'm gonna go back to what I said earlier in our first couple of episodes. Fire Mike Shanahan.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
basically, Snyder must have really felt that he had to do what he had to do.
Well, he
so,
watched our show.
Oh, he watched the
Right.
show.
Yeah.
And he probably said Tough Pig and Tough Shorty had a good point. But anyway, it's kind of like Darryl said and Jeff said. As a leader, as a coach, as a teacher, as a professor,
Right.
if you can't keep the attention of the class or your peers or even your players,
Right.
you're going to lose them at some point, and then they're
Right.
not going to play for you. They're
Right.
not going to produce for you.
Most definitely.
They're not going to want to come out and produce.
Right.
And I kind of felt that looking at a couple of times at AM. AM, man, sometimes he was standing on the sideline, man, looked like he was just disgruntled
Yeah.
on what was being called
Right.
or how it was being utilized for him to be, you know, and a couple of times they took him out on 3rd down. A back like that, he should be in at least 3 straight downs.
Yeah, man.
Right.
he should not come out on the field unless it's going on the fourth down.
Right.
You know, and then some of the fourth down plays, like Darryl said, Jeff said, he should have been picking them 2 yards up or them inches up.
Easy.
You know, come on, man.
Easy.
Shanahan, you kind of did it to yourself, man.
Yeah.
So bye-bye.
Oh, wow. Scott, what's up, man? What you think?
Now, you know I was one of them Shanahan advocates.
Sure.
Right.
I mean, it goes back to if you're going to have a guy being your head coach, I already knew this was a 5-year project to turn around anyway. You fired him in 4. I mean, taking $36 million in cap space is just like the Pharaoh in Egypt telling the Israelite slaves, continue to make brick, but we ain't going to give you no straw.
Wow.
And keep up the same pace.
Wow.
Guess what? It ain't going to happen.
Okay.
So a lot of coaches don't want to come here.
Yeah.
So I think it's stupid to even fire the man before his whole 5 years up, and you don't want nobody to come in and tear the whole infrastructure down. As far as I'm concerned, I feel like he demolished the whole building because he had broken windows.
Right. Wow. Go ahead, man. Go
And you don't need that.
That's right. Wow. I like that. So, well, with that being said, for me, I think Shanahan probably should have stayed up for the duration of the contract.
Okay.
Only to see if what the cap is going to bring back,
Right.
what the free agency is going to bring back,
Okay.
and then his system. I think he runs an old man system. You know. But there's nothing wrong with having structure. You know, we went to Catholic school.
Right.
Had to wear uniforms.
Yeah.
So when I'm bowling and our team have on uniforms, some other dudes laugh. They y'all got the same shirt on.
Right.
But you can't hurt my feelings like that because I was brought up under structure.
Yeah. Right.
So with the structure that he has, somebody has to be in charge. And you need to respect that authority.
Right.
Now, some of the ways he had, I didn't like. I mean, you know.
And let me say this while you was talking about that.
Yeah.
I think that Snyder felt that RG3 and Shanahan wasn't getting along neither. So, I mean, when you get Shanahan right here and you got RG3 over here, who you gonna get rid of?
Right.
He showed us, you know.
Yeah.
So I
Who
mean,
making the most money?
You know,
Who bringing the most money in, rather?
There you
plus,
go.
I think that Shanahan, like I say, you know, I think he tried to me, break RG3's spirit a little bit by sitting him on the bench. Yeah, it might have made it look good, you know, trying to say, you know, helping his knee get better. And yeah, I'm glad he didn't play a couple of them games in bad weather and all that stuff like that. But still, he's a young kid that's, you know, want to play.
Yeah.
So regardless of how we felt, it's how he felt.
Right.
So, I mean, and all that being said, I think that was a good move.
Yeah, that's something like what Donovan McNabb was saying about Shanahan. He can mess up a man's career.
Yeah.
And he on the verge of messing up RG3's career.
He was.
Donovan
Anyway.
said that several times in conversation with our commentators, man.
But you know, with all that being said, back to those 3 games.
Right.
First of all, if he really wanted to sit him down so he wouldn't get hurt, he would have had him play in that snow game.
Yeah, how about
He
that?
played in the snow game,
Yeah.
and he could have damaged the other knee. Okay,
Right.
okay, along with the one that's not healed all the way, or whatever the case may be.
Right.
So I don't really think it was nothing about no saving RG3 so much as to get him in the right mind, frame of mind. But what I do believe is that RG3 did learn something. See, first of all, he was able to watch to see what was going on, and then he could stand aside and determine what he would have done
Right.
from seeing it from a different aspect. You know what I
Okay,
mean? You know,
yeah.
and probably watching how he was throwing the ball, but he was throwing the ball to one primary receiver.
Right.
You know what I mean? Forget what they're talking about. RG3 had his balls going around to different receivers a lot of times.
Yeah.
And then he started throwing the ball to who was open.
Right.
Or who he felt comfortable with getting the ball to so he wouldn't get hurt,
Right.
But anyway, Shanahan again is gone.
Yeah.
Is Kyle gone?
Yeah, Cal
yeah.
gone too.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Kyle should have been gone before Shanahan.
Oh yeah, that sounds fun.
In my-
Kyle
in
gone.
my
Take
opinion.
me away.
Kyle gone. Yeah.
So Kyle gone.
Kyle gone.
Has everybody spoken their piece on Shanahan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shanahan is the old news now. It's time to move on and get a new generation coming on in here.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's how you feel.
Yes, sir. That's
Okay.
Tough Shorty talking.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
I think he did it to himself, man. You
Yeah.
know?
What you think, Jeff?
Yeah, I think he did it to himself. I mean, with the last few games, I say the last, 6, 7 games,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah. Scott, your final words on Shanahan?
Nah, I don't think he did it to himself. I mean, any coach should have walked in here would have got that $36 million took it from them.
Yeah.
And when you can't upgrade
Taken.
or take it from, when you cannot upgrade like you want to, then that prohibits your ability to evaluate your team right there and then.
Right.
But one thing I can say though, I tip my hat off to Jim Haslett. A lot of people say he need to be fired, but he couldn't upgrade his defense for 2 years. But they jumped from 28th to 18th.
Wow.
That may be why he's still here.
Wow.
They ain't fired him yet.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Wow.
But that's a good thing because that's some of the structure that he didn't take out.
Right.
And I don't know why, but it's a good thing.
Right.
He put something intact.
That's why.
Fire Jim Haslett.
That's why you on the show. I like that because see, I didn't know we went from 28 to 18, and that's cool because maybe Snyder said, "Hey, we was 28, and you
Fire Jim Haslett.
you went up 10 spots."
Yeah. That's
So,
exactly what he
you
did.
know.
With the same people.
Yeah.
But now now the defense themselves, he wasn't playing it. He was just coaching it. You understand?
Exactly.
So I mean, some of the rookies. And speaking of rookies, how do you feel your rookies did? Because you keep saying fire Jim Haslett, but the thing about it is though, those rookies and some of the vets had something to do with the defense being where it was and where it ended up.
True, Michael. But let me say this. All in all, rookies, vets are professional players.
Right,
You learn this from childhood
right,
to where you at now.
right.
It don't tell you that you got to listen to everything. You can just play on your abilities.
Right.
A lot of them guys didn't play on their abilities, man. Let's get real. If the ball is in the air, what they tell you? Go to the ball and hit somebody. Locate the ball and go get it. A lot of times we didn't do that as a team. And what they always tell you, gang tackle and flow to the ball.
Right.
A lot of times, man, a lot of passes will be thrown to our side of our defense. I don't know where some of the defenders was at. The man was getting the ball and he said, oh, ain't nobody coming. Let me just run through here, run through this little gap and go down the field and go, oh, I'm in the end zone.
Yeah.
Come on, man. A lot of times, man, we was getting killed with basic screens.
Yeah.
It wasn't no pursuit, back pursuit, front pursuit, behind pursuit, coming pursuit. We didn't have nothing pursuing. We didn't have nothing coming.
Yeah.
So it's like, man, I don't know what they was doing. And then when they was blitzing, it was like they was trying to see if they can find and hold the blitz.
Well, I know
man,
what
you
they
got to
was doing.
run over somebody to blitz
I
somebody.
know what they was
sometimes.
doing, Tough Short. I know what the problem is that we was running the 3-4 and we should have been running the 4-3. I said
agree.
that in the beginning.
I agree.
And I mean, if we gonna let the defensive coordinator go, then we letting them go because of that reason.
Right.
Fire Jim Haslett.
Because we not running the right defense, period.
Right.
I agree.
Not so much as the
With the
players.
personnel that we had.
Yeah, with the
personnel.
Definitely agree with
right.
that, Michael.
Okay.
But I'm just saying that we was running a 4-3 and then we turned around and ran a 3-4.
Right.
Okay, let me break some statistics down on that 4-3, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Every time that we run a 4-3, we in the top 5, top 10, top 20.
Yeah.
Okay, we go to 3-4, we drop right out of the top 20.
Wow.
Right.
Ever since we've been with the 3-4, we drop right out of the top 20.
Yeah.
So that right there tells me, go back to what we've been doing, 4-3. Putting your
4-3.
hand in the dirt, going out there. We going head
Putting your
hunting
two
for
DNs,
quarterbacks.
putting your two DNs and making them.
But is
rush
it
the
true that they were
quarterback.
saying that with the type of offenses that's being run now?
Pass or
Yeah. So change this. Special teams. We already know already. Special teams. Their coach is gone.
Yeah, KB.
But now, how much was it the coach as it was our personnel?
I think it was a little bit of both, but I think it was more personnel than probably coach.
Okay.
I mean, but if you're talking about the punter,
Yeah.
then we talking about the coach. You know why? Because he got to sit back and say, hey, I can't find nobody out there that can kick 35, 45 yards, and he out here kicking 15 with no pressure.
Exactly.
No bad weather.
Right.
Come on, man.
So that sounds like to me cut rocker.
I'm gonna put the onus on the coach.
Yeah.
Now, I've always been taught by my dad to shoot from the stars. You may not get the stars, but you'll get to a place high.
Right.
He said before the season started, I'm not going to expect my special teams unit to win a game, but we are not going to cost them a game neither.
Okay.
When you set your bar at being mediocre, 9 times out of 10, you hit less than mediocre.
Yeah.
Wow.
I thought he should have been fired just for that statement alone.
Yeah.
I want a special team that's going to win the game.
That's right.
Because if we trying to win the game and
Yeah.
that's what we aiming for,
Right.
at least we going to be doing superior
Yeah,
effort.
I agree
But when
with
you
that.
say a low bar, you going to not 9 times
Yeah.
out of 10.
Wow.
Yeah. Vince Lombardi would have got rid of him, man.
If you striving for average, you going 9 times out of 10 be going to be poor.
There you
and
go.
he deserved to be fired.
There it is. Well,
Yeah.
that's it. That's it. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So now, of course, there is no quarterback controversy.
Nah.
They tried to
Dude.
make like it's going to be a quarterback controversy, you
Right.
know. And when they came in the last 3 games of the season with Kirk Cousins, I think Kirk Cousins started off looking pretty well.
Right.
But then it happened the same way it happened to RG3. The line
Yeah.
decided, that's right, we forgot we ain't supposed to be blocking.
Right.
And so far as pass protection or open up holes.
Yeah.
Our line has to be reconstructed, that's for sure.
Oh,
okay?
definitely.
So now they were talking about getting Russ Grimm as a head coach. Now Russ Grimm is an offensive line coach.
Right.
You know, and he was with the Pittsburgh
Got a Super
Steelers.
Bowl ring, yeah,
That's
with
right.
the Steelers.
Got 3 of them with the Washington Redskins, I believe.
Right.
And so, with that being said, I don't know if Russ Grimm can actually be our head coach or just come in and be a lineman coach.
Right.
Because on a pro level, you need specialists at everything.
Right.
Okay, specialists for your kickoff returners, specialists for your punters,
Right.
specialists for your quarterbacks, specialists for your linemen, defense,
Right.
and offense. So I think Russ Grimm would be a great addition to the Redskins. I don't know if he'd be a great head coach.
Right. Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna tell you this much: what appears to be a telltale that Russ Grimm ain't gonna be the coach, the Kyle Shanahan, Mike Shanahan, and Keith Burns have been fired.
Okay.
But they still got them offensive line coaches hired right now,
Wow.
which lets me know that the general manager Bruce Allen must like what they did in the zone blocking scheme. And if you like what they did in the zone blocking scheme, and you know that Russ Grimm was our ex-hog and our offensive line coach extraordinaire, obviously his name scratched off the list of head coaches already.
Wow. Okay. Well, with that being said,
Well, you know, and that's why, even though people wanted to see Mike Shanahan fired, now, man, what you've created is a situation is rebuild.
yeah.
You know, people don't want to hear rebuild.
Yeah.
You know, some people want that Kansas City situation where, you know, Andy Reid went in there, man, immediately they got wins. You know, they kind of fell off at the end, but I mean that's a that Andy Reid situation, man. That's not your everyday situation.
No.
You know,
Right.
you know.
Right.
So that now we're in a situation where we got to find a coach.
Yeah.
We got to rebuild, man.
Yeah.
You know, so.
Or a coach that can come in like a Chip Kelly, and while he's rebuilding, win. You know what I mean? Because you can rebuild and win at the same time. You know, because a lot of times when people refer to rebuilding, they think that means we're going to end up having an 8-8 season,
Yeah.
Right.
or you know, with Dallas Cowboys, y'all thought
It's
that was
not a whole
done.
lot to rebuild, though. I mean, you look at what we still got. We got RG3.
Yeah.
We got Morris.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, we got Garcon.
Right.
I mean, and we got a
We gonna
defense.
have Jordan Reed
Yeah,
come
you
back
know,
off
I mean,
his
so-
injury.
And a heck of secondary youngins that they're gonna have another notch under their belt.
Right.
And who knows what linebackers are going to be back with us and how strong they'll be. So rebuilding more so than just learning a new system. How about that?
Right.
Check this out. A buddy of mine, I'm gonna give him credit, Antoine Harrison, he called in and said something slick to me, and it made a lot of sense.
Okay.
If you make Raheem Morris the head coach, because he didn't do a bad job in Tampa Bay, just Tampa Bay didn't want to spend no money.
Right.
But we know Daniel Snyder don't have no spending problem.
Right.
You make him the head coach, We know he's not going to rip out what Jim Hasler's doing, and you hire the head coach from Baylor to be the offensive coordinator. That's a match made in heaven to me.
Wow. Wow. Okay.
Scott, that's funny that you brought that up. I have a buddy of mine named Anthony Bird. Anthony Bird, you had a good comment what you said about what they need to do for RG3. They need to bring someone in that's going to work on his strengths. What is his strengths? His mobility as far as moving and throwing on the run. We all know he could do that.
Right.
But you got to make it to a point where they do it for like Russell Wilson with Pete Carroll and Russell. Pete Carroll rolls the pocket with the whole line because they know they need to set him up in another pocket to see the field. So I think that's what they're going to have to do when they get another coach in here, man. The coach is going to have to really, really work hard with working with RG3 and letting him come to them and say, hey, this is something that I feel can be more comfortable for me to help my line to help me.
Yeah.
That's what it was. They got away from the line helping him to get to the ball to where he needed to get it.
Well, that's what Mike was saying. That's when you have a specialty coach come in, and that's the quarterback coach. And he knows what the quarterback can do and what he needs. So when he see that, then they can implement that into the offense. And then the quarterback coach and the offensive line coach get together and they work out a scheme where we're going to roll to the left, we're going to roll this whole line with somebody crackbacking, making sure that, still got his back.
Right.
And making sure that if he rolled to the right, he got enough linemen over there where he still got enough time that he can see downfield or still run the ball.
Right.
But if RG3 come back 100%, which we know that he will, it's going to be a whole different ball game.
Different ball game.
It's going to be a whole different ball game.
New coach or old coach? Okay. Real quick, Daryl. Comments. From any of our fans.
Well, yesterday on our fan page, man, we got a whole host of comments from some of our fans, man, and their comments got one from Renee Miller, firing maybe not, or team adjustments needed, no doubt about it.
Right.
So, then we got one lady, Carolyn Garner, said it seems like they should have one stipulation: if you don't play, you don't get paid. I bet they stopped playing touch flag football then.
Wow.
Wow.
I mean, so it's some people that's, they're hot about the situation. I mean, nobody likes losing.
Yeah,
Right.
that's it.
We 3-13.
Yeah.
I mean, and who's gonna be happy about that?
That's
man?
it.
Nobody,
That's it.
so.
Well, check this out.
I just want to say, if you want to see more comments, go to our fan page at the Washington Redskins on Facebook.
There you go.
Check them out
That's
there.
right. Check out them comments. That's right. Now, I'm gonna read this thing in its entirety. It's only about 2 minutes, but Daniel Snyder sent this out to all the season ticket holders back in October.
Oh, I got that in the mail?
Yeah, and
I ain't
so
get mine, man.
okay, you probably didn't pay for your tickets yet. But anyway, as owner and chairman of the board, he sent out a very touchy and I think informative letter on the Redskins name changing. Okay. So it starts off. It's dated October the 9th, 2013. It says, "To everyone in our Redskins nation, as loyal fans, you deserve to know that everyone in the Washington Redskins organization, our players, coaches, and staff are truly privileged to represent this team and everything it stands for. We are relentlessly committed to our fans and to our sustained long-term success of this franchise. That's why I want to reach out to you, our fans, about a topic I wish to address directly: the team name, Washington Redskins. While our focus is firmly on the playing field, it is important that you hear straight from me on this issue. As the owner of the Redskins and a lifelong fan of the team, here is what I believe and why I believe it. Like so many of you, I was born a fan of the Washington Redskins. I still remember my first Redskin game. Most people do. I was only 6, but I remember coming through the tunnel into the stands at RFK with my father and immediately being struck by the enormity of the stadium and the passion of the fans all around me. I remember how quiet it got when the Redskins had the ball, and then how deafening it was when we scored. The ground beneath me seemed to move and shake, and I reached up and grabbed my father's hand. The smile on his face as he sang the song is still in my heart. He's been gone for 10 years now, but that smile and his pride are still with me every day. The tradition, the song, the cheer, it matters so much to me as a child, and I know it matters to everyone other, excuse me, I know it matters to every other Redskin fan in Washington, D.C. Okay, now, and across the nation. Our past isn't just where we came from, it's who we are. As some of you may know, our team began 81 years ago in 1932 with the name Boston Braves. The following year, the franchise name was changed to the Boston Redskins. On that inaugural Redskin team, 4 players and our head coach were Native Americans. And I repeat that. 4 players and the head coach were Native Americans. The name was never a label. It was and continues to be a badge of honor.
Wow.
In 1971, our legendary coach, the late George Allen, consulted with the Red Cloud Athletic Fund located on the Pine Ridge Indian Reservation in South Dakota and designed our emblem on the Redskins helmet.
Wow.
Okay, check that out. Several years later, Coach Allen was honored by the Red Cloud Athletic Fund. On the wall at our Ashburn, Virginia offices is the plaque given to the coach, a source of pride for all of us. Washington Redskins is more than a name we have been called for our team. Excuse me. For over 8 decades, it is a symbol of everything we stand for: strength, courage, pride, and respect. The same values we know guide Native Americans and which embedded throughout their rich history as the original Americans. I've listened carefully to the commentary and perspectives of all sides, and I respect the feelings of those who are offended by the team name. But I hope such individuals also try to respect what the name means, not only for all of us in the extended Washington Redskin family, but among Native Americans too. Consider the following facts. The Washington Redskins name: a highly respected Annenberg Public Policy Center polled nearly 1,000 self-identified Native Americans from across the continental USA and found that 90% of the Native Americans did not, and I repeat, did not find the team name offensive. Okay? The Washington Redskins name offensive. Wow. Not at all, okay? In an April 2013 Associated Press survey, 79% of the respondents stated the Washington Redskins should not change their name, while only 11% believed the team's name should be changed. Should be changed? Paul Woodley, a columnist from the Richmond Times-Dispatch, interviewed 3 leaders of Virginia Native Americans tribes in May, okay? They were all quoted by Mr. Woodley as stating that the team name doesn't offend them at all. And their comments strongly supported the name Washington Redskins. Also in May, SiriusXM NFL Radio, hosted by Robert Greene, the longtime and recently retired chief of the Fredericksburg area Potawatomi tribe, who said, among other things, frankly, the members of my tribe the vast majority don't find it offensive. I've been a Redskin fan for years. And to be honest with you, I would be offended if they did change the name Redskins. This is an attempt by somebody to completely remove the Indian identity from anything, and pretty soon you have a wipeout in society of any reference to an Indian people.
Wow.
You can't rewrite history. Yes, there were some awful bad things done to our people over time. But naming the Washington football team the Washington Redskins, we don't consider to be one of those bad things. Our franchise has great history, tradition, legacy, representing our proud alumni, and literally tens of millions of loyal fans worldwide. We have participated in some of the greatest games in NFL history and have won 5 world championships, boy lovers. We are proud of our team and the passion of our loyal fans. Our fans sing Hail to the Redskins in celebration of every Redskin game. They speak proudly of Redskin Nation in honor of a sports team they love. So when I consider the Washington Redskins name, I think of what it stands for. I think of the Washington Redskins tradition and pride I want to share with my 3 children, just as my father shared with me, and just as you have shared with your family and friends. I respect the opinions of those who disagree. I want them to know that I do hear them, and I will continue to listen and learn. But we cannot ignore our 81-year history or the strong feelings of most of our fans as well as Native Americans throughout the country. After 81 years, the team name Redskins continues to hold the memories and meanings of where we came from, who we are, and who we want to be in the years to come. We are Redskin Nation, and we owe it to our fans, coaches, players, past and present, to preserve that heritage. With respect and appreciation, Dan Snyder. P.S. Wherever I go, I see Redskin bumper stickers, Redskin decals, Redskin t-shirts, Redskins everything. I know how much this team means to you, and it means to everyone as well as me. Always has, and I salute your passion and your pride of the burgundy and gold. So that being said, I don't think Dan Snyder is going to change his team's name. Of course, this was in October. Now we're talking about January in a couple of days. So I just had to get that off my chest and let you know that we love the Redskins name. I mean, I never thought it was offensive.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I never thought it was
And
offensive.
I got too much stuff to get rid of.
So, hey y'all, one thing for sure, it's going to be a new year.
Yeah.
I had a great time with all y'all, man. Love my brothers, and my new
likewise,
brothers.
man. Yeah.
And I want to thank our producers, Charles Kane, Brock Lancaster, and my daughter Shamika Washington. You guys, just the 3 of you all, have done an excellent job when called on, and we have a lot of followers.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of viewers. We've caused some arguments and playful arguments. You know what I mean? Because we do not dislike anybody.
Don Foley.
You like who you like,
Ricky Bibbs.
and cheer
Robert
for who
Graham.
Yep, cheer for who you want to cheer for.
Yeah.
Cowboy lovers.
Okay. And so you do what you want to do. We here in this show are all Redskin fans. We love the Redskins. Hail to the Redskins. You know we always say that HTTR does not mean hater, but it does mean
Hail to the Redskins.
And with that being said, Jeff, let them know for the last time on this show.
Like and share our fan page on Facebook. Wow, the Washingtons on the Washington Redskins.
Hey, man, and then look here. Follow us on Twitter at _WOW1932. And then, man, look here. You play around on Instagram, We're on Instagram, so follow us at Instagram on Washington's on Washington.
And make sure you click and subscribe on YouTube. You've been doing it all season long. We love you for it. And make sure that you look at us and email us at Washington's.
Yeah, send us some email.
On Washington, okay? I'm gonna repeat that. Email us on Washington's with an S on Washington at gmail.com.
Hey y'all, thanks for watching The Wild Show. The Washington's on the Washington Redskins. I am Tough Shorty, aka The Wild Man, and Tough Piggy. See y'all next time.
And make sure you watch my clip in January the 3rd and 4th, which is this Friday and Saturday. I will be appearing at the DC Improv with my girl Cheryl Underwood and my man Kyle Irby. It will be a heck of a show. Tickets are going fast. 2 shows already sold out. Get your tickets. We love y'all from The Wild Show. Peace.
Peace.
And I decided to do that after being pushed by a couple of my friends. He was on me all the time about, not cussing in my act. He said, do you know how far you could go? I was like, well, look, the clubs I perform in don't really care if I cuss. Nobody's coming to me and said anything about it. And I'm really not cussing that much. I said, most of the time, it's just in the punchline. You know what I mean? It wasn't in my setup or anything else. And that's why people would laugh, because they was looking at me like, where did that come from? So, but I also realized that my kids like to go to my shows. And so I was telling them, don't say what you hear me say. You know what I mean? And I was like, okay, I don't know how long that's gonna last, so let me just lead by example. And so here I am.
First of all, I'm let y'all know, you ain't gonna learn nothing from me, okay? This ain't gonna be no Bible study. I'm sorry. I'm Christian, I'm saved, but I'm like the Kurt Franklin of Christian comedy. You might not accept it at first, and then you might go ahead and just... I'm gonna be honest, I don't know. So don't look at me all stupid. I told you in front. Okay, I don't know. I'm getting older now. I'm gonna tell you something about getting older. Fellas, if you're losing your hair, let it go. Stop playing. I'm serious. Stop playing games with yourself. You hear me? If you got that horseshoe going on, I don't care if you're black or white, cut your hair off. People that you think love you are laughing at you. Your barber is laughing and charging you regular price. I'm telling you, I know. Cut it off. Unless you're trying to be one of them circus clowns, let it get a little longer, put some red stuff in it and get you a nose. Cut that hair off.